Hey, boss. Can you guys hear me? Okay, Geshe Michael, you're not muted, but somehow I can't hear you.
Me too.
I can hear you.
Just want to make sure his microphone's working. Hey, Gibson.
Hey, me. Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you loud and clear. Looking
Okay,
sharp.
cool.
Hi, Emily.
Hi.
Hey, hey, hey. Welcome to Mixed Nuts, everybody. Xuanzang's Tower. Monday evening.
Sure. Hey, Nick, can you hear me now?
Coming to you live. I hear something distorted. Is that
Oh,
Seiji?
yep. Give me
Yeah,
one.
yeah, you're just distorted, but I can hear you.
Yeah, it's how about now? Is that better?
Slightly, a little, maybe lower the input a little more.
Oh yeah, the gain is all the way up. I don't know why. How about now? Is that better?
Yeah,
Good?
yeah, that's pretty good.
Awesome.
Hi, Gibson.
Hi again.
Okay, do your homework, handsome.
Okay.
Maybe, or
Um,
unless it has some kind of announcement.
No, I think well, just to give you a heads up about tonight, uh, welcome to Xuanzang's Tower. And tonight we're going to have class with Gibson. And after Gibson's class, we have a special treat of a Q&A with Stanley Chen. And for
You,
those of you interested, Stanley is planning to host that Q&A in Chinese. Of course, it will be translated into English as usual with translation, but that's kind of an exciting shift for us.
cool. So let me share my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
Oh, okay. So the first question is, what metaphor did Zhejiang Kappa use for things that could exist without relying on another thing?
I'm kidding.
And if everything exists in and of itself, what would happen?
The question?
Gibson, can you say again the question?
Okay. So what metaphor did Jason Kappa use for the thing that could exist without relying on another things? And if everything exists in and of itself, what would happen?
Flower in the sky?
It would be like a flower blooming in midair.
Yeah, metaphor, you got it.
Ooh.
And what happened if everything exists in and of itself?
Well, then it would be a contradiction to say that something depends on the combination of its parts or the combination of its causes and conditions.
Yeah, 100% correct.
Ooh.
Let me see. Yeah. So it would be like a flower blooming in the mid-air, and it would be contradiction, just like Melubala say. So what is the Tibetan for caused thing and uncaused things?
Uche da tumache?
Yes, 独觉 tongue, 出马界. And what is the Tibetan for a flowering blooming in the mid-air?
Namke meto?
Yay.
Got it.
Oh,
So the second question, is it possible to reach nirvana if things exist in and of themselves?
Not possible,
Not possible. Why?
because if things exist in and of themselves, we could not stop it.
Right.
nice.
Because according to Professor Nick definition of the nirvana, you have to stop. Correct. So if we couldn't stop, then it's impossible for us to stop the negative emotion. So, what is the English for the dopameba?
No
Turning
turning
back.
back.
Yeah. And
Unstoppable,
here,
maybe?
Unstoppable.
cannot be stopped.
Nice.
Oh. And the third question here. How the example of writing the Diamond Cutter Sutra on a piece of paper illustrates the idea of if you don't look too closely.
Mm.
What would happen if you don't look too closely and while you are writing something on the piece of paper?
It looks like the pen is distributing ink and your hand is directing where the pen goes to create letters on the piece of paper.
Yeah, correct. And if you decide to dig in and trying to look what happened and what would you get? Like if you know this is coming from your C.
Can I try?
Oh yeah, definitely.
The sutra is come from us. The pen is come from us.
Yeah,
The
great.
paper also come from us.
Cool. So if you don't look too closely, you can say pen is writing, but if you dig into it, the pen is totally depend on the picture coming out of the mental scene in your mind. And
Yeah.
the word on the piece of paper is not coming from the pen, it's coming from the word, the mental picture in your mind. Send the price to the pen and sutra and ink, person who writing. So what is the Tibetan for if you don't look too closely?
Matak Machepa?
Yes. What happened, everyone? And what is the Dadun?
The
Ooh.
result of the adding the image to the thing which becomes the pen or whatever object it is.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
Cool.
Thanks.
Okay. So here's my homework. And the translation here. Let me read the Tibetan first. Dile ngo tsawa gyubatang, dile metu chungwa kang sig yute mela, tena samo denjao shung wei, chundi tuba kula duna, dunani, duba lala meba gyuki yunten shenki gone duna te changtu duba gyuwa minno shebao.
Yeah.
So here is the student translation.
Okay, good. It looks so good so
Okay.
far.
So what could be more wondrous than this? What could be more amazing than this? There could in fact no such one. Therefore, this is the way you explain deeper meaning of dependent origination. We should praise you, the able one, and there is no praise other than the matchless praise that possess the good quality to praise you.
Yeah, that's okay. That's fine. Yeah. How about Detsamtu?
Deitantu is merely or
Yeah, or that well. You see, I mean, there's no other praise that could praise you that well.
on that. Okay.
Yeah, that to that degree. You see, I mean, so
Okay.
you gotta throw that in there somewhere. But the sentence is good. What's the point in Gibson? If you just explained it to somebody, what's the point?
The point is there's so many things we can praise for the Lord Buddha, and why Kong Taba write later to praise Lord Buddha for dependent origination.
Yeah.
And there's no one could explain dependent origination with emptiness like Lord Buddha.
Yeah, good. Okay. Yeah. You would expect Tsongkhapa to say the highest way to praise the Buddha is because he taught what?
Emptiness.
Yeah, but it's not. Yeah.
It's because he taught dependent origination. That's Tsongkhapa's argument in this book. And it's I don't know, it's controversial.
Mm.
Okay.
Cool. And here is the second translation. And Nipa Day, Geshe has done this for me.
Huh?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, the Nipa.
Nipa, yeah. So the Nipa Day I translate. I read the Tibetan first. Nipa Day ta matok na tempe nimbo makto ba temba lasi denjao kelang ne domba mi dupa
Oh,
xie
there's
kang du
a
tempa.
big mistake here, Gibson.
Yeah.
There's a big mistake. The fourth word of the third line is GAD.
GAD. Wow. Where?
Fourth word of the third line. Yeah, it's not G. The fourth word.
GAD.
Gang.
Oh,
Gang is
yeah.
not
Oh,
gang. Gang is GAD.
okay.
It's very difficult correction. Very
Oh,
subtle.
I need. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Ke du tempa.
Mhm.
Nguma we tempe nimpo ma doba tempa. Rang xin tang den zhao kiao war. Tempa tena chudang jie gyu ma dapu sun chulo.
Okay.
And the presentation that if you don't understand the real meaning of emptiness is dependent, then you won't grasp the essence of the teaching has divided into four parts. The
Okay.
presentation of a person who accepts the concept of dependent but does not accept the concept of emptiness. The presentation of not understand the essence of functional teaching. And the presentation of the contradiction between things have a nature of their own and dependence. Therefore, that is why Lord Buddha said everything in the world was like an illusion.
Good. Now, because we corrected the Tibetan,
Yeah.
the meaning changes completely on the first of the four.
Yeah.
So it doesn't mean person anymore. Shege is an insult in Tibetan, and it means the way you're talking is a joke, man. Shege is joke, and it's an insult. Okay, so what's it mean now? What's it mean?
The presentation.
You accept,
you accept emptiness. Oh,
no,
you accept dependent and not accept emptiness is a joke.
Good. Yeah. That's a very heavy. That's very, yeah. And it's as insulting in ancient Tibetan as it is in English.
Okay.
So Tsongkhapa's telling these guys, if you accept dependent origination, that everything comes from something else, and then you don't accept emptiness, you're just a joke, man. Shege is an ancient word for joke. Okay, laughing stock, laughing matter, something like that. Very interesting mistake in the text.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the rest of the translation is okay?
Yep, it's okay.
Okay, thank you, Geshe.
Yeah. Good. Nice job.
Thank you.
What time is it there? It's come on, it's only 9 o'clock. No, it's 7 o'clock
7
in the morning.
Yeah.
You guys are just waking up. Okay. Here we go. Let's go back. Let's put this up here. This. I don't know why that's not. There we go. Okay. All right. So Gibson finished this section, and then Gibson finished this section. See here, I made the correction on the original. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, by the way, in ancient also means to crack. Does it make sense?
Crack a smile.
Yeah, to crack a smile. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. It's probably related. Okay. All right, good. All right. So now we're going to do the first part, which was supposed to be, it's a joke if you accept that things depend on each other, but you don't believe that makes them empty. And that's a difficult idea, right? Okay. But it's a joke if you, and who is it historically that would have denied that? Who is it historically who would have said, Nick, who would have said things are dependent, but they're not empty?
Well, I guess it would have been the lower schools.
Yeah, mainly Abhidharma guys. And Nick just finished a 2-volume translation about that. 600 pages, I think, something like that. Okay. 650 pages. All right. So Gibson, you're a Tibetanist too good. So it's much more fun to pick on somebody else. And if you would like to pick on somebody to read these 2 verses, you're welcome.
Okay. What about Anatole?
Ooh.
Mong Bei Tren Du Sung Hòa Yi Gang Sik Kyut Dang Se Ndra Ba De Yi Rang Sun
Shindipa. It's because of the vowel, it makes the prenasal heavier. Shindipa.
Shindepa De Yi Rang Sin Made Bei Ga Dra
Ja.
Mi Sud Gyur La Sar Chi Yud.
Good. Gibson, you want another person?
There's a rumor in the chat that it's Anatole's birthday, by the way. Is that true?
I thought he was free of birthdays. Oh, congratulations. You guys want to sing? 1, 2, 3.
Birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Beautiful.
Happy
birthday, dear Anatole. Happy birthday to you.
What page, Anatole?
96.
96, you said?
Yeah.
Let's see the future. 96.
He might know it's on 96.
It's gonna make me cry. It's a story of one night when I came home from New York, from the diamond business, and Rinpoche, I almost tripped on him in the dark. And he was outside the temple in the dark fixing the sidewalk. And he was about 82 or something like that. So he's on his hands and knees fixing the cement in the dark, And I said, you shouldn't be out here doing this by yourself, not at your age. He gave me that steel eagle glance and drew himself up proudly. The old debater, Geshe from Tibet, the path to heaven, he quoted, is created by making things of beauty for others. Nice call. Okay.
Seiji also had his 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Oh, we gotta do Seiji, you guys. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Happy
birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Seiji. Happy birthday to you.
Anymore.
Page number 37?
40.
47. All right. It's the end of the story of how Gyaltsab wanted to disrupt Tsongkhapa's teaching. And and this, I think it was Nong Trapa, the person for whom the three principal paths was written, took a string with a hook on it and pulled his hat off from the rafters. And the hat came off, and everyone in the audience thought he was respecting Tsongkhapa because he took his hat off. Actually, this other mischief maker hooked it with a string, so everybody would think he was paying respect when he didn't want to. All right. Sounds like a Maitri story to me. All right, Gibson, who's going to read the second verse?
Sage, you can read next.
Wow. If you want to, you can come up here. If you want to, you can just yell. Okay, he's coming up here. Hang on. You could, let's put you over here. We're talking this verse.
All right. Hey, Gibson. Let's see. Hyöki sunki chepe se tenen jungwa kalangne 통이나 로 미스바 리라 코노차 큐.
Gibson, you can keep torturing him.
Okay.
So now those are the two verses that we're going to start with today. They are verses from Tsongkhapa's praise to Lord Buddha for teaching your cause and effect rather than for teaching emptiness. And here's two of the verses that we're going to work on today. And this is the commentary by?
Nguchu Dhammapadra.
Yeah, by Lama Quicksilver, who's a famous Vajrayogini practitioner. Okay, so Seiji's going to read this paragraph.
Okay. Sorry, just had
You correct, Gibson.
Tuni 이몽 폐 락팔 트렌투 송와이 그와 강식 동파 규탕시 제페 무택첸 데이 랑싱 메페 사미 스par 큐파 라 살투치식 유템멜라.
Nice. I think I Mombe tendu Samai. We should have blocked this out. Sorry, hang on. Mombe tendu Samai. Okay. So the authors of the commentary is weaving the root text into the commentary, which makes it especially hard to translate. Because it'll be unnatural. It won't flow perfectly because he's struggling to get the root poetry into his explanation. Okay, so here's the meaning. So Gibson, I'm going to work with you. Seiji's going to sit here and suffer. The meaning of this two verses is your yi is momba.
Your mind is being obstruct.
Yeah, your mind is momba means like really dumb and confused and everything else. Okay, momba. Your mind is momba. Nyomon is similar, right? Different spelling. Your mind is all messed up. And in fact, that momba is zimba you, past tense sunwa.
Is control.
Is holding.
Is
it's like got you captured. Okay, the stupidity in your own mind has captured you as a Chen.
As a slave.
Yeah, and Chen is an ancient, very insulting word for like the slave who cleans the toilet or something. Okay, all right. And not just that your misunderstanding is making a slave out of you. It's Hlakbar making a slave out of you.
It's totally.
Super making you, yeah, okay. And then you, Gowa, he refers to the person as Gowa. What's that?
The
Ooh,
opponent.
Debater, opponent.
Yeah, usually it's a debater, but sometimes it's just the person who's making loud noises and complaining. Okay, Gowa. So you're trying to disagree with my book, but actually you are just a slave of your own dark ignorance. Okay, and you're the kind of person, Kangshik, who is shede to the Buddha, to the teacher. Shede means hatred. You hate them, you know. And this is a word used especially for sectarianism. You know, like your group of religious followers don't follow. You hate this other group of religious followers, or something like that. Okay, shede means like pretty strong hatred between religious groups, or something like that. Okay, so he's saying you don't understand reality, and now you hate who? Tumba.
the
You hate
teacher.
God teacher, capital T. Okay. You hate, and you J also means you compete against him. You vie against him. You're a mutekchen. What's the new translation for mutekchen?
River
Riverist.
guys.
River school. Okay, what's it mean literally?
Stoolists.
Yeah, these are people who are the native religion of India, Hindu, and they believe that if you go to the Ganges River, especially in Varanasi, and you dip yourself in the river, which I did for 3 months every day once, and it's bad because that's also where they burn all the bodies. So arms are floating past, and it's unbelievably dirty, but I guess it's a blessing. Muteg Chen. So Muteg is the stone that's in the Ganges River just under the water. And you can sit on that stone, and it's called a tirtika. So these non-Buddhists are called stone river sitters. Okay, so I don't like to translate it that way, so I call it river schools, and then I explain it. Okay, so you river school guys, it means you guys who never accepted Buddhism in the first place. Okay, you can't supa the very da of Rangshin Mepa. Gibson?
You can tolerate
Good. You can't tolerate.
the sound of thing don't have any nature of their own.
Yeah. If someone comes up to you and says, the pen has no nature of its own, a pen has no nature of its own, then you're like, God, I can't stand that. Okay? Misupar means I can't stand even hearing those words, hearing you say those words, I can't stand it. Okay? You guys. Okay? So for you guys to get so upset is not motar. That's not so strange. That's okay. You're not Buddhist. You know, somebody come up to you and say a pen's not a pen, and you say, God, that sounds so strange to me. I can't stand it, you know. And then Sokapa's like, yeah, I mean, we can understand it. We see why you would get upset. That's not so weird, but then what's he gonna say?
Think about Buddhists.
Yeah, if you call yourself a Buddhist and then you get freaked out, now that's weird. So we just did what kind of translation?
Anticipatory.
Anticipatory. We're guessing what the next paragraph says before we get to it. And that helps you translate it. Okay. It also can help you translate it wrong if you assume what it's going to say. Okay. Okay. Gibson, who's next? Sages keep trying to run away. Who's going to read the next one?
Team from Vietnam.
Oh. Who?
Team.
Oh.
Team.
All right, let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, thank you, Teacher Gibson. Te we tun pa ke ki sung ki che pe che ta
Z.
tuk pa che che ta tuk pa ten ne chung wa ke lang ne che tham che rang shin ki tong pa ni tho che pe seng ge nga ro mi sơ pe ngô ma we ke wo đi nam la khô wo lo sang trak pa che ngô sa Xing treo wa Q do she bao.
Great.
Nice. Very good. I don't know how such a weird teacher can teach people Tibetan so well. Okay. Dayway Gibson.
They
Oh,
wait.
that's
Lost teacher.
just means therefore. Therefore.
Oh, therefore.
Yeah, therefore. I'm sorry. Compared to that, maybe. Okay, let's do the instrumental here as comparison. Compared to that, compared to what?
The river city.
Yeah, you river guys get it wrong. That's not so weird, but compared to that, if you're a person who K-Lang in the middle of the second line, if you're a person who already K-Lang or K-Lin, what's that mean?
Accept.
You already accepted a certain concept. If you're a Buddhist, you already accepted a certain concept. What is that certain concept? Well, it's Tenne Juma.
If this thing happen, that thing happen.
Everything happens in dependence on other things. Everything happens in
Everything
dependence on other things. By the way, to tie it to emptiness, if in the end everything is coming from you, if the world that you see and the people you meet is coming from one person's mind in your world, then is it weird that everyone's interconnected? No, it's coming from one person's mind. It's natural that somehow that mountain should be connected to the people in this room. And it's natural. If it's all coming from, if your world is coming from your mind, then it's natural that there should be unusual connections throughout the world. And I think one of the most fun things as a Buddhist is to find them and to celebrate them. Okay. Weird people are connected through your brain. The most weird things are connected through you. And it's, in my opinion, it's really fun to find those connections and have fun with them and be happy about them. Okay. All right. Tenne Chuma. He describes Ten Chung, he describes the fact that everything's interconnected as a Z, Stanley. Z, Kosha. As a treasure house, a king's treasure house. This is the real riches of the Buddha. This is the most valuable thing that the Buddha ever taught. What? That everything's interrelated, okay? And he said, that's the Z. Now, Seiji's going to give us Che because it's Chenzin. It comes in his book 10 million times. Chenzin, Dak Chenzin, Rang Chenzin. Yeah, cherishing. So here, it's not a bad thing. In Seiji's Lojong translation, it's a bad thing to focus on what you want. But in this book, the Z is being described as Chepa by Buddhists. That teaching that everything's interrelated is a treasure chest, which is Chepa by all Buddhists. It's cherished.
Sure.
Yeah, it's cherished and treasured by all Buddhists. Okay. So Tsongkhapa said, you K-Lang, you accept this priceless treasure of Lord Buddha, the treasure of all spoken words, Sungi Chepen Zu, and at the same time, then you get upset about Che Tam Che Rang Xing Ki Dongbani.
Everything in the world is empty of their own nature.
Yeah, You're like, oh, Lord Buddha is so great. He taught everything depends on anything else. Yeah. And then we get to everything's empty, and you're like, now. All right. Okay, that statement that all things are empty of any nature of their own is Sengeng.
It's rudderless
Lion's roar.
lion.
Yeah. Yeah. What modern word has Senge in it?
Singapore.
Singapore, the city of the lions. Okay. Yeah. So Senge is the Tibetan mispronunciation of Singha. Okay, cool. Naro means the roar of a lion. Okay, Naro. And there's Misupa. What's Supa usually mean?
Yeah, forbearance,
Patience.
patience.
But if you stand next to a lion and they go, then you're like, you can't stand it. I can't stand it. Okay. And what animal do they usually compare the listener to? A fox. They say, I don't know why, but by ancient mythology, foxes are particularly irritated by the sound of a lion because they go, eat, eat, eat. They like, their teaching is like, nyeh, nyeh, nyeh. And then they get next to a lion, so, and they're like, I hate you, Who's who? Who's the lion? Lord Buddha, what's the roar? Yes, things are all dependent, and therefore they're empty, and therefore they're not there. And they're like, and that's a mighty roar of truth. And they're like, oh man, why are you playing Grateful Dead? Couldn't you play some folk music or something? Like that, okay? It's just like that. Okay. All right, Ngaro Misipe. Who's the people who can't stand that Ngaro? The Ngumawas.
Functionalist.
Functionalists. Gibson, why are they called functionalists?
Because they believe things exist because they work.
Yeah, if something does something, it can't be empty. They believe that. If gasoline can run a car, then gasoline is not empty of any nature of its own. Okay, Geshe, you pour water in your car, see if it works. Okay, if we believe that if something does something, it's real. Okay, it's not empty. If something does something, like gasoline runs a car, it's not empty. We say it's empty because it runs a car. Okay, now, let's see. Ngotsar means what, Gibson?
Wondrous, amazing.
Yeah, it's like amazing. Okay, amazing. And the root text says, I am amazed at you. I'm amazed at you. Who's I? He glosses it. He puts next to I, he puts another name. Yeah, it's Tsongkhapa. The teacher of the first Dalai Lama. That's now that's effing amazing. Okay. Now he identifies I. Okay, I is in the root text, and it's Tsongkhapa speaking. Our commentator says Tsongkhapa speaking. I think that's effing amazing. Okay, why? That you can treasure the teachings on dependence and then freak out when we say it means everything's empty. By the way, this is a comparison to something that came before.
What the Mutek reaction was?
Yeah, those river guys don't get it. Look, I understand. They don't even accept that everything's interconnected. But you guys, you're supposedly Buddhist, and you get upset when somebody goes, oh, everything's empty also. And you freak out. You are weird. You are weird. Okay. Who's saying that? Tsongkhapa saying.
Tsongkhapa.
And by the way, Tsongkhapa is a very adamant about keeping your vows of never harming anyone, never insulting anyone, never saying a bad thing to anyone. And here he says, "Mm." You know, okay. And you should wonder about that. You should say, why? You know, here's a person who wrote the most famous commentaries on ethical behavior and ethical speech. And now he's calling this guy an idiot and all this. What's going on? You know, and it's because he feels strongly. And it's very rare. It's extremely rare for him to criticize anyone. And here he's like, you idiots. Who's he talking to? His own Buddhist. That's the thing, you know. He said, look, I'm not going to insult those river guys. You guys understand, you know, you go sit in the river. But you Buddhists, I'm so embarrassed. Chao here. What's Chao Ye and Ngotsa Ye? What's Chao Ye
Shame and
and
consideration.
Yeah, it's avoiding a bad deed for purposes relating to yourself or avoiding a bad deed for purposes relating to others. If you have the second one, you might do bad deeds quietly in your own room by yourself. If you have the first one, you won't. Got it? So here is the one that means, tell means to
Others.
think how others feel, okay? And you don't want others to be ashamed of you. But in this case, Losan Darpa is Ngotar. Wow. He's amazed at these guys, and he's tell. He's ashamed. I'm ashamed. You're an embarrassment to my religion. You see what I mean? Okay. And that's how our commentator glosses weird. You see? That the root text says, Tsongkhapa finds you guys weird. But what does weird mean to this commentator? It means you're an embarrassment to our philosophy. You know, you think things can't be empty if they are interdependent. You're an embarrassment. You can't think your way out of a wet paper bag. You know, like, dang. It's very rare and it's very fun to translate. Good luck, Gibson. You're the last person I would think that would translate something insulting. But there you go. That's your karma. Who's next?
Venerable Chunzong.
Yes. Where?
Yeah,
Nipani
this one.
Rangshin Mela She Sok Sik Je Niki Tona.
Good. The second concept presented in the list of 4 originally is expressed in the next verse. That's all he's saying. What was the second concept? In a Tibetan commentary, they never tell you. So the rule for our translation club is we put it in there, in the bold. So let's read that. Let's read that one, you guys. Xuanzang.
Numa We Tenpe Ningpo Ma Tokpa Tenpa.
Yeah, let's translate it backwards, Gibson. I'm going to Demba.
I'm going to show you
I'm going to demonstrate how the Ngumawas.
how the functionalist.
Yeah, functionalist means if the thing works, it must have some nature inside of it. Okay. How the functionalists have not Dokpa the Ningbo of the Demba.
Have not understand the essence of the teaching.
Yeah, I'm going to demonstrate to you how this Buddhist group has failed to understand the most important thing about Buddhism. Sorry. Okay. Okay, Gibson, this is just reading practice. You can choose some people.
How about Venerable Chunzong again?
Uh-oh.
Rangshin Mela Tri We Go Lame Tenching Jel Jungi Ming Ni Ki Ni Rangshin Du Nzin Na Da Ko Ke Wo Li.
Yeah, Gibson, who's going to do the second verse?
Okay, Alex Roland. Alex.
Okay, I'm
Yeah.
here. I'm sorry.
Hey, if you have microphone problems, ask Ben Gibson.
Yes, he's out. He's out right now playing music.
Say hi to him, by the way.
Okay, I will. I can't read Tibetan, but I'll try. Where are we?
That's-
Where the cursor is there?
After the 25, just go at
Okay.
it, and the way to read when you can't read is to have no shame at all.
All right. Bugs chognam kile
Hey,
gyope.
good.
Jugnam ladang bragyopa. Gyodja gyurpai lamzang der.
Good.
Tabsgang gine. Kribarbya. Ja.
Good.
Ja.
Good.
How
Nice.
is it, Ja? Did you say Gibson?
Not
Yeah,
bad.
ja. Great.
You have a
Thank you.
you have a talent for it. You should do it. Okay.
Thank you, Gibson.
Who's next? Who's gonna read this part, Gibson? Oh, let's do it with
Arena.
Gibson.
Oh, okay.
Let's let Arena read it first. How's that? Which are
Okay.
Irina or Arena?
Arena Garcia.
Arena. Okay.
Oh my God. Hi. So,
Bunny.
Doni,
Good. Neat.
go boy, na, or ne, lograng, I don't know, shinme, pala, what is that?
Chiwei.
Gibson.
Chiwei.
Yeah, Chiwe.
Chiwe. Is it te and then?
Yeah, they.
Am I done or not? No. Okay.
Chibe.
Chipe. Go. Tabla.
Yeah.
Na.
La mepa.
La mepa. Okay. Ten. Chin.
Yes.
Zhao
Zhao Jun.
Zhao Zheng.
Cool.
Yi.
Key.
Ming Need.
Yi.
Yi.
Yi. Ni.
Nice.
Mubo.
Mubo.
Ran Shin.
Yes. Ki.
Ki. Rupa. Ni Du. Jin Par. Is that
Ched.
Chedna. Dako. Te Dani.
Yeah.
No.
Ngumawai. Ngumawai.
Numaway. That's what I thought. Kia. Kiewo Dinam.
Cool.
Good, nice. Thank you for working through it. And don't be shy. Okay.
Thank you.
When I was first learning Tibetan, I got the morning newspaper in Tibetan, and I went to the Tibetan tea shop and read it out loud. And everyone was like, "No, it's not like that, idiot!" And that's how I got people to help me. No, so you got to be shameless. Okay, Denny, here's the meaning. Look, Gibson.
The system of the functionalist.
No, this look means the way things really are. Okay.
Oh.
The way things really are. That's Neluk here has a different meaning. Neluk, the way things really are is that they are Rangshin Mepa.
Things don't have any nature of their own.
Yeah, they don't have any nature of their own. Whatever nature you see in other people and things, is coming from you. Okay, which means you can never be upset at another person in your whole life after today. Right?
Yeah.
Right. Okay, takes time. Jiwa is an ancient form of chipa. Okay. And by the way, in the monastery, a scripture class is called a chi. When you say I'm going to class, you say I'm going to chi.
The teaching class?
It means a leading, lead someone to guide someone. It's a guiding. Okay. So what's it mean here? I want to guide you to Rangshin Mepa. Yeah, I want to guide
to the
idea that nothing has any nature inside of it. It's all coming from you. Every irritating person you ever met was a reflection of yourself. Okay, and not anything coming from them. Okay, so I would like to lead you there. I would like to guide you there. Okay, now, what's the best go? Or you could say, what's the best top for leading people to that?
What is the best door or the method?
Yeah, go means door. And then our commentator says, when Tsongkhapa says door here, he means method. What's the best doorway to take a person through if you want to take them to understanding that things have no nature of their own? What's the best door you can take them to guide them to this ultimate idea? He says, by the way, Lana Mepa, Anutara.
Matchless.
Unsurpassed, best of the best. Okay. What's the best of the best door for getting to emptiness? Denjindawa.
Interdependent.
Yeah. Okay. So the very best method in the whole universe for getting someone through the door to emptiness is to tell them that all things are interdependent. Okay. But okay, when you just hear the meaning of that,
when you just hear the net of it,
yeah, the minute I say to you, all things depend on each other, you freeze into Ngopo Rangshingi Drupa. Things have their own nature. I'm trying to take you to the idea that things have no nature. Okay, how are we going to go? There's a special door. Oh, what's the door? All things affect other things. Oh, self-existent. Got it? He says, you're so irritating because I try to show you the door and you use the door as an excuse to not go through the door. You know, it's just so frustrating. Got it? Okay. Rangshinki Drupa Nidu. Nidu is sarcastic here. You take it to be perfect, no nature of its own. Okay. So, sorry, as having a nature of their own. Okay. The minute I say dependent origination, the minute I say things affect other things, you believe they have something inside of them. The minute I say something can affect another thing, you immediately freeze into, then that means there must be something inside of them. Okay. And Zimba Chepa. Dako is in, you never saw it, even Wordsmith never saw it, and I should have bet some money. And Dako means, well, now, Dako means, now, what are we going to do with you? Okay, Dako's like, Dako's like, you'll never see it anywhere. Dako means, God, what am I going to do with you? Okay. It's like Darko. Okay. Darko, Danny. You Mumawas, Gibson.
You functionalist.
Yeah, you guys who think that if something does something, it must have something inside of it. Yeah. You guys who think that way, which by the way is how many of the 4 classical Buddhist schools? The first 3. They are not slouches. It can take 52 years to get through one of their books, right, Ben Kramer?
Quite.
Just enjoy your youth, boy. Okay, his project is a 52-year project. You guys, Now, I'm going to move this sentence down, Gibson. How are we doing on time, Uncle Nick?
6 minutes.
Okay, good. Gibson, how about you just read it yourself? Because
Oh,
then we
okay.
can finish the paragraph.
학초 랑키 레바 드로베 중오다 탕제 탕자와 규바 둔바 규 게바 규베 동니 도베 랑상보테 타캉 시키 니 추지다 지바 차데 지바 차메 더写바오.
Nice. Okay. Pop choke means?
박촉, the supreme,
Exalted.
supreme of the supreme.
The number one Aryas. Who are the
No.
number one?
Buddhas?
Yeah, by the way, Buddhas are still Aryas. We still talk about them as Aryas. Okay.
Oh,
Sangipapa, Buddha Arya. Just they're still an Arya. They just happen to be a Buddha. Okay. All right. They don't get to not be an Arya. Okay. Pakcha Namgi, those who got to the ultimate goal, those ultimate Aryas, they had a Jungok. And
why
we
is
had
the
this. Yeah,
best
go ahead.
entry point into the
Yeah.
across the river?
Yeah, so Tibet is in the Himalayas, the highest mountains in the world, the source of the 4 greatest rivers in the world. It's crisscrossed, checkerboarded with rivers and streams, and there's no bridges. So people are always looking for Jungol. And Jungol means a shallow part where there's gravel and you can get across the river without getting all your stuff wet. So everybody's always looking for Jungol is an important word in Tibet, and it's not in America. Because we don't need Jungoks. Okay, but the best entry point, okay, for following those high Aryas, okay, Jungo, and that Jungo, that entry point is Chelwa of any Dawa.
Don't have any competition.
Yeah, it has no competition. What's the word Dawa literally mean? Moon.
Moon.
You see? So in Tibetan, no moon means no competition. No matchless. Okay, matchless.
Boss, any chance he's making an oblique reference to Uma Jukba by Dawa Drakpa?
Could very well be. It's certainly, if it's not intentional, it's certainly subconscious, isn't it? Yeah, okay. Probably 50-50. That teaching people dependent, that everything is interdependent, is the Jungo Dawa Dan Chawa. What? It is the ultimate entry point, which is matchless. Okay. And it also Chawa Girpatumba Kira Gepa Girpe, don't tell me I'm stumbled there. This method of reaching emptiness through the door of understanding that all things are dependent on each other, okay, is Gepa, the Buddha. It makes the Buddha happy, okay? The path which pleases the Buddhas, okay, to get to emptiness, which is dependent origination, okay? Kirpe, this is the Lam Sangbo. Lam Sangbo. Yeah, this is the wonderful path for Topa Tongni.
To understand the emptiness.
That's emptiness, okay? So we have offered you the ultimate path. We have offered you the ultimate door that you can go through to get to emptiness. And you think that's not emptiness. You're hopeless. See what I mean? How you ever, okay? Tabkashiki. If that's the best way to get you to emptiness, that call. God, what are we going to do with you? You know, you take the best method to teach that nothing has any nature of its own as having its own nature. So Dako, you know, God, what are we going to do with you? Okay, got it? Who's you? Buddhists. We're not talking about non-Buddhists. Why? They don't accept any of these ideas. You know, emptiness, dependence, they don't care. Just get me some food and let me poop and die, Okay. All right. Sometimes shaky means so jitar tiwa jawate. Tipa jameto. If how am I gonna tipa you if you misunderstand the door? How can I what's T?
Lead you.
Yeah. How can I take you there if you refuse to go through the door? With the only door. The best door. How can I take you there? Tipa jar medo. We can finish there. Chi jar medo. You are unleadable. Okay, jar is future tense, future participle. You are truly unleadable. Okay, it's kind of sad, right? Yeah. Okay, Gibson. I think we stop there.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask you to translate the next whole paragraph. Okay.
Okay.
This one that starts with Denny. And now Grandpa is going to sit here and drink my delicious Ukrainian green drink. And you are going to lead a class. The purpose of Gibson's next 15 minutes class is to answer the question, is there anything in today's hour teaching that you could really use in your real life? Okay. Okay, and he's going to lead a discussion like that. Good luck, Gibson. I think that dark hole we should start using that word for other irritating people. Dark hole.
Okay. So today's class, Zhejiang Kappa has divided the section into two, right? The one is for the river guys. The other one, he's criticized harshly on the people for the functionalist, and he especially talk about when teachers going to present the ultimate teaching for you to get into understand the emptiness of the dependence, but we still thinking about that thing is from their own side. So is anyone have any idea from today's class that you think that you can apply to your own personal life?
Nice. Well, I just found new to call Nick and stuff like that.
Called what?
New insults to call Nick and my other friends.
Dark hole.
So
something
maybe
that I thought was interesting about it is like
thinking about the first time we hear the pain, and immediately we're thinking about the pain is also coming from the pain itself, and try to apply that tool into our life. So what would you think, Nick?
Actually, what I was thinking was not related to that specifically.
That's okay.
But it was much simpler.
Okay.
I was just thinking how it's funny how he breaks people into the non-Buddhists, and he's like, I'm not even going to worry about you guys. And then the Buddhists, and he's like, but you guys, and it just kind of sometimes it just makes me think about how sometimes life, after you embarked on a path of this kind of discovery where you're really trying to dig deep and change yourself, sometimes it seems harder than if you would have just buried your head in the sand and never thought about it in the first place. And I think maybe there's a life tool in there where it's just like it takes courage to be one of the people who is going to be criticized for not getting it quite right and struggling a bit, through the work of really changing yourself and having to try to untangle reality, as opposed to just taking the easy route and not thinking about it in the first place. In the end, it's definitely harder if you take the easy route, but
I'm thinking in the monastery, you have to stand up in public for 2-3 hours a day and debate in public, and you have to say things, you often get it wrong publicly. And I think if you have a lot of pride, and it's difficult for you to get up and make a fool out of yourself. I noticed over a 20-year period, 25-year period, those people fail the Geshe course. They are very, very, very intelligent, and they're the most intelligent guys in the class, but they do not want to be seen as making a mistake. And they often fail the course. And it's the guys who are willing to stand up and say, look, maybe I'm stupid, but this is what I think. And I think that's what Nick's talking about. I think that kind of attitude is just to admit you're stupid and then go from there. It's refreshing and you can learn a lot.
It was always easy for me.
So how not to get breakdown if somebody criticize you during this process? Like, Geshe, is there anyone who break down on the debate ground?
Yeah, there's the dropout rate is about 95%. Yeah. And there are young men who have breakdowns on the debate ground. Yeah. And they often don't come back. Yeah.
So is anyone want to guess why?
Rob Haggerty has something to say.
Okay. Hey, Rob.
Hi. So actually, my friend from Seattle is here visiting.
Nice to meet you.
Hi, good to meet everyone.
Whose name is River.
Yay!
Whoa.
He's not a river singer.
Well, don't give him a hard time if he doesn't accept dependence means emptiness.
So actually, we had these epic conversations at my job. And so I was planning because after we go home tonight, we're going to have a classical kitchen yurt conversation for sure.
Oh.
And I was planning my attack sort of basically after, and until we got to the very end where basically that I misunderstood, like when I was going to try to explain to him tonight how things are empty and work in dependence, I thought that had some sort of nature itself. Like if I just explain it in those words, of course that will change his mind. And then I thought, if that's coming from me, then maybe I should probably, and this is kind of from the example of watching what Geshe does, like, I don't know, see what he wants for dinner, or how can I take care of him tonight, or, is his bed made nice, rather than this sort of like, we'll have both, but then I was just going to try to convince him with these sort of philosophical words, rather than like, if I really believe this, then I should just serve him. So that's kind of what I thought from this. So, yeah.
That's so interesting, Rob. The first thing that came to my mind was, remember when we talked about taking each other's side? I would say the Buddhist position, you would say the Catholic position. Insight. Could you do the other side? And even what you just said right there gives me insight into that emptiness.
Yeah.
You want to come up?
Yeah.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
You sure?
I think the thing that we shared, regardless of how we,
Rob.
yeah, here, just come up real quick.
Well, I did take notes.
No, come on, you don't need notes. Relax.
Oh, no.
So I think the thing that we shared together was that we always came from the point of view that we knew that being kind and taking care of people and having compassion we shared that. That's the root. Regardless of how we came about to that way or how we reached it, we both believed in our hearts that we had this respect for each other because of how we sort of want to care for other people, basically. So that was sort of that.
Yeah, that was the first conversation we had before people would come in like, are you talking religion? We're like, yeah. And we were totally good with it. But the first conversation we had was love and respect. It's about love and respect. We agreed on that route. Okay, everything is open now. Like I believe in the resurrection and you believe in reincarnation, I believe. We talked about, emptiness versus Christ and those types of things. And we could have these really good conversations without having any kind of weirdness. And it was awesome to be able to explore that.
So yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, thank you, everyone.
Share.
I was wondering, Gibson, if there's we're talking about how teaching dependence is the method for realizing emptiness. And we have these systems, especially in our community. DCI Global, for example, seems to be founded on this idea, for example, that you can teach people how to fulfill their dreams, teach people the way the world works by teaching people what to do to realize all their hopes and dreams. Then what they want will come to them. And if they develop a method, if they use a method that brings them their hopes and dreams, the only method that will work reliably will be an understanding of dependence upon serving one another, dependence upon taking care of those who have needs like us and helping each other to fulfill our needs. And then emptiness must come to you. It's the same thing. It's the other side of the coin to understand that it could never have come to you any other way.
Thank you for sharing that. Recently, people share with me that he already learned the DCI system for over 5 years or 6 years, but he never got it. But he tried to do whatever people say, try to help people. But recently, he started to lead a reading club to share the seed to other people, and immediately he know how emptiness work. So I think this is probably a way for people to know the emptiness through helping other. Yeah, I think. Thank you for sharing. Cool. And okay, Yasin.
I
This
want to share. I think there's a feeling, the feeling tone of, because yesterday I was trying to help an old person, but to get to a stage, I got stuck. Like I couldn't go further. She asked me to take her to the hospital, and eventually I didn't, because I had my own schedule, and I was feeling uncomfortable afterwards. I was like, why couldn't I go further? And I think because I was thinking about my own seed and karma, but I think the feeling tone was like, why couldn't I get? And it's a bit down. But if I think about the emptiness, which is there's which should be feeling like it's a happy feeling tone, because if I remember the dependence and origination with the emptiness, I will feel there's a hope. It should feel happy. I just think that's a good measurement for me to feel. Am I get stuck with what is happening right now with my seed and what represent at the moment?
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Yasin. Okay. Okay, Tracy.
I was thinking, I never really thought about religion from the place of emptiness before. So when I heard him say that as a Buddhist and how he called us out in that way, I realized that even in and of itself, being a Buddhist is empty, regardless of what religion, regardless of where you come from. And it made me realize that I also have to just show up in the world as a kind person, and the more fun you have and the more joy. And for me, I want to grasp the seed, because lately everywhere I go, everybody's talking about seeds. My Zumba teacher the other day was like, ooh, I planted seeds for eating chocolate, so you guys are going to sweat. And then I go to the hairdresser and she's like, I planted seeds. My husband doesn't know, but I did this. So seed seems to be the talk everywhere. So I think if we don't really try to just be a specific label of anything and just show up and be kind and have fun, maybe that's something we can just throw seeds out everywhere. Everybody knows about gardening.
Cool. Is anyone in the Sedona, in the college want to share?
Peter's here. He's gonna come up. Come on, quick. This is the guy who did not invite me to France. He's one of those people.
It's a standing invitation officially out to anywhere where we are, Geshe.
Boy, if that ever happens again, I'm just quitting.
Hi, Gibson.
I'm sorry. Oh, we're here. Yeah.
I was thinking, when you translated that part, I was thinking, where am I a functionalist as a practitioner? And I'll say something which I don't have an answer to. So I was thinking, in a way, if I want to make money, I do the 4 steps by giving money to someone else. But would it also work to make money for me if I give stones to someone else? And if you say no, then I would say maybe you believe that the money is in the money. That's my thinking.
What if the money wasn't this? What if you misperceived them as stones? And thought it was. What if it was really stones, but you thought it was money? Or what if it was really money, but you thought it was stones?
What do you mean when you say really?
How would that affect the karma of giving it to other people?
If I perceive the money as stones, how would it? Well, exactly. If you perceive, it is what you how I perceive it, and not in any other way.
Hey, don't ask me. This is Gibson's class.
But it depends on, did you see it as a valuable things, I guess.
Say again?
If you saw
this as a valuable thing.
You just changed the debate from the idea of money to the idea of valuable, I would say. It's the same question still.
Well,
you still think that the valuability is in the thing.
But there is a story.
Wait, I say you come up here.
Yeah.
And then and you sit with Peter, and then you go into your show.
But I'm it's a debate, right? I'm not.
Yeah.
This is my functionalist mind, I think.
So yeah, because I remember there is a story. You are driving, and then you think you see something, and you confuse that something with a mouse. And then I killed the mouse. So the question is, then let's say you stop the car, you go, you check. Oh, it was not a mouse. It's just a leaf. But if you don't stop and you keep going and you think, oh, I did kill a mouse. Do you collect the seeds for killing a mouse?
Exactly my question.
I think no, you don't, because then there is something called full karma path. A full, and it has to be. But it's I understand why it's difficult because yeah. So yeah.
I'm not sure. I think if you shoot someone, no, let's not go there.
So it's like I think I give you $10, but very quickly distracted, like, oh, here, Peter. But I actually just give you a groceries receipt.
Yeah.
And then I go to my house. Yes, I go to my house and I gave him the money.
Yeah.
Did I collect the full money? The full? I don't know.
So the money is in the money.
The money is in the money. That's a good question because it's an apple.
It's the appleness of the apple in the apple.
Is the appleness? But if it wasn't an apple, it wouldn't have any appleness.
So then it's in the apple.
I think so.
Then we are all functionalists.
No. Because why is in the apple? Because you have the seeds for it to be in the apple.
Right.
If
so
you
then the gasoline is in the gasoline.
The gasoline is in the gasoline. The gasoline. Well, if the gasoline is not in the gasoline, where is the gasoline?
That's my question.
I think the gasoline has to be in the gasoline.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Thank you, Peter. It was fun. I like those things. So yeah, we are gonna invite 2 very special guests with us. One is Rob Haggerty. Yeah, no, we are gonna do this. We have to do this. We were talking yesterday about something very important we have to do. And actually, we came up with a very cool idea. We're going to invite also Lindsay here to come with us. So where should I sit? Right in the middle. Here, okay. I guess I'm gonna need my computer, no?
Or your phone.
Your
Yeah.
phone's fine. My
Have
phone?
your
No,
phone.
let's do it. I think my computer is better. Yes. Okay, so we were talking yesterday about this fact that I haven't signed up for the Good Night Reading Club, and shame on me. Yeah, they didn't want to feed me anymore. That's why that's why they kicked me out of the house. Today I'm moving somewhere else. No, just kidding, but
No, he is moving somewhere else. Not a joke. Yeah.
I'm gonna sign him up live on camera.
yeah. So they decided to give me a public punishment, which it's joke, but because it's not a punishment, supposedly something very cool. They promised me something good is gonna happen in my life if I sign up for this program. So let's see, guys. I want to see the results, eh? Okay, so what we decided to do is we're gonna go through the process on how you can sign up for the
Good Night Book Club.
Good Night Book Club. But not only that, tell them what's gonna happen. We're gonna do a special. Tell them.
Well, you should tell what the.
Yeah, I can say it. I can say it. I will say it loud. So for tonight only, so we want to give a special gift to somebody who signs up tonight with Juan. We're going to show you how to do it. But we're going to pick one person who signs up for the Goodnight Book Club tonight, and we will mail you a signed picture with a really nice note. So that's what we're going to do.
From Geshe Michael.
From Geshe Michael. Yeah. Maybe one you could send to.
One can be in the back.
Yeah. But that's what we're going to do. And so we're going to walk through the process, and then anybody tonight who signs up for a monthly subscription at any of the tiers, we're going to pick somebody randomly and send you a thank you gift. And then in addition, you'll be in the Goodnight Book Club and get the normal gifts too.
So here the invitation is like, right now we have 258 people there. We want to invite everyone who feels brave and wants to support this project and wants to plant good seeds for their future to do this with us right now. And then we're going to celebrate to see how many people, like if you have been thinking to do it, like I've been thinking to do it, but I never give myself the time to do it. This is the time. I have my computer. You see it has internet connection. We're going to go through the process.
Are you going to share your
screen? You're going to see me paying and everything. Let's see if it goes through. Yeah. No, that's why Lindsay's gonna do it from her computer.
Yeah.
So nobody sees my millionaires account.
All right.
So yeah, you're sharing your screen or not yet?
Yeah, I need to get the right tab up. It is, and I'll do it through Zoom. Okay.
Well, do we have to unpin here?
Maybe not. Yeah.
So Juan, can you tell us some good things about the sort of what Mixed Nuts does while she does that? And why you should support the Goodnight Book Club?
Okay, this is the thing. What I understand is this. There is like a very cool company who goes all over the world, especially, well, certain countries who have more of this ancient culture in their history. And then whatever they find, they send it to India to be imputed or impute? I don't know. Input.
Sorry.
So then they send it to the college. And then there is a team of translators being trained and led by Geshe Michael Roach, who translate this content. So what happens is like then this content is used for helping many people all over the world with many different kinds of seminars, teachings, retreats, all kind of things. And then eventually the people who learn this content make their life, I think, more happy, successful, beautiful. And I say that because I have tried the system myself, not too long, but for about 10 years for me, a little bit more. But I definitely have seen good changes. So it's like you take the medicine, then you can recommend it. We were talking with Tim the other day, and I asked him the same. How do you see yourself before and after? He definitely said he has seen good changes.
here we have like living example of the years and years and years of practice, although he's just 32, but you can tell Rob, like, these things change your life.
Why?
This content change your life.
Oh,
in a positive way. We are trying to sell the content of the books.
I'm sorry. Yeah, totally.
All right. So that's what you were asking, no? Why do we want to do this? Why do we want to preserve these books? Because they are useful.
And all the people that help and all the people who do the translating, who have families, and you know, all the people that Nick is helping, and Ben and Word and Sugan and Stanley and Seiji, and all of them are just, this is just one part of a very large picture of things that they're doing in the world. And they're all sort of like, these ideas are spreading out into all of their organizations, and it allows everyone to sort of go help more and more people. So it's just a way that we can kind of get 10%, I guess, you know, a little bit, and then sort of contribute to sort of like the happiness of really the whole world. So that's why these guys want to take you through how to get signed up tonight on the Goodnight Book Club.
That's what they're, how to say.
Do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right. So in the chat, I put the different links. The experience is a little bit different by region. We're going to sign up like we are in the US, Canada, or Europe. Is this process?
So I go to the website.
Yes. And then you're going to click joining.
I have it.
Okay. And there's a couple, you're going to subscribe, and then it'll come up with your region, and you'll pick the region that you're in. We're going to sign up for the US.
Okay, I'll sign up for the US.
Yeah. And then from here,
more expensive.
Yeah.
That is true. There's that's a
better
good point,
seats. Hey, no joke, my computer just turned off. But if you pass me the cable, I can do it. The cable, the charger, yeah.
That is
No joke. But they say when you're about to do good things, obstacles
We'll take
come.
cash. We'll take cash.
All right.
Take cash.
Take cash.
So go ahead, Lindsay.
And all right, so and then on this page you can see the different tier levels, and so and these are different by region as well, but in the US we have different levels where you get different amounts of books, slightly different gifts. So for example, at the $30 a month level, it's 2 books per year plus the valise bag, and then it kind of goes up from there all the way up to getting the 12 book set.
Hey, I'm back.
All right, you're back. Juan's on it.
America.
All right.
Oh, now it says you're not connected to the internet.
So just take.
All right, so we'll just do it. We'll just do it. So we're gonna pick. Actually, I'm gonna pick this middle amount, and then we'll click on a recurring donation. You pick what day of the month. It's up to you. Let's say we want to do the 5th of each month, and then we'll press submit. And then from here, we are going to ask you for your address so we can ship you the books. And we are also going to ask what language you read so that we can send you as many books as we can in your language. And then over on the right-hand side, you can go ahead and put in your credit card information and then press submit. And that signs you up. That will sign you up. And we are working diligently to get the first shipments out very soon.
So for those people who sign up tonight and you do a recurring donation, we're going to get a special photograph of Geshe Michael and have him actually sign it out to you personally. And then maybe that's something you can kind of put into a picture frame or save for later or something like that. So if you sign up tonight and it doesn't matter at what level, any one of those 3 tiers, and please encourage it. You can also just put anything you want tonight.
Yeah.
Like we accept everything.
Except
negative numbers.
Yeah, and like what he's saying is you can enter any number, like you can enter any number in there, and so it's totally up to you. These are suggested amounts here at the top.
Yeah, and it also allows this class. They used to have a format where they would actually charge for these courses, but now they're completely free. And so we've created this sort of subscription program where you can kind of be part of what's going on. So,
okay.
Oh yeah. What's your question?
What about if I just want to contribute $10 a month?
Yes, good question. You are part of the Goodnight Book Club at any monthly contribution level. We will send different gifts based on the different tiers, but if you sign up for $10 a month, $1 a month, we will send you something in the mail and you will be involved in the Goodnight Book Club. We'll send you something in the mail, and then there's other components such as getting involved with translation efforts. So we will, to all tiers actually, send people chapters of in-progress translations that you can proofread or help to translate from English into your own language, depending on what you're wanting to do. So, and you get your name in the book as a contributor forever.
Okay. Yay. Another question.
Yeah.
What about if I want to just make a one-time donation?
Yeah, you are more than welcome to make a one-time donation. So how you do that is right here. Instead of clicking the recurring button, you can click one time. And so, for example, you could give $150 one time and then press the submit button there. Depending on the amount, again, the thank yous will vary, but that is 1000% supporting DCC, and we encourage you, if that's what you want to do that as well. Thank you.
Okay, I'm about to sign up.
Woo! How much?
No, that's so much. How much? What's the number?
It's one of the threads. Let's put it that way.
Good.
How do you call it? Threads?
Tiers.
Tiers. It's one of the tiers.
Yeah.
You've just done it. You've done it. You've created
Yay! So we wanna see in the chat who else did it. Put it there. I did it. We're gonna next time do a special what's the name of that thing? Lottery, yes. And we'll see who makes that thing. So thank you very much. Thank you very much, Rob, for helping me spending my money wisely. And Lindsay as well. Thank you very much for doing this. I think it's gonna be fun. Then sometime maybe we can do more activities, like talk about what we read in the books that we received. And for now, we're gonna go. Now we have a special Q&A, right? With Stanley. And thank you very much. Oh yeah, I see many people, they say they did it. So good job. Thank you, Lindsay. Rob, thank you. Thank you all. See you soon.
So we just leave, right? Just leave. He signs up.
Now we go with Stanley.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Juan. Nice job. Hi everyone, welcome. Let's take a few minutes break while we take a rest, and then I'll switch to the Chinese channel also. I'm gonna speak in Chinese today. 我今天会讲中文，然后请翻译们也准备一下，请我们的翻译准备一下。OK， 好 ，See you in 3 minutes。3分钟之后见。Thank you，谢谢。